VMO Radio. That's VMO Radio. It stands for Voicing My Opinion. That's what we're going to do here, man, every Sunday night. All right, we got the four horsemen, man, lined up and ready to go. All right, so let's introduce ourselves. So first up, we got GT, the actor Gartrell. What you got to say to the people?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to y'all. I hope y'all had a good week. We're about to give you a good show, so sit back, relax, strap on your seatbelts because it's going to be a bumpy ride tonight.
Go, there we go. 1 second go by. All right. Yeah, man, coming up next, we got Trinell Smith, aka Man of a Million Voice. What you got to say to the people, man?
Yo, what's up? This your boy Nelly Neal, man. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all week. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all tuning in. Be prepared for a great show. Y'all know it's going down because we V.M.O.
Yeah. Okay. Coming up next, we got Don Grills. What you got to say to the people, man?
Yeah. This is your captain speaking. And we're about to go on a journey that's going to be million miles in the sky to elevate your mind with VMO Radio every time. So snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. But you know what? We here with you. Yeah.
All right. Hey, move like you always is. That's what's up. Of course, my name is James V.M.O. And again, you know what? Got the whole city behind. Go, man. There we go. All right, well, let's go ahead and dive into these topics. Again, man, share out the live, like, comment. Let's get to it. All right, man. So the first topic. Good. All right. Talking about Micheal B Jordan. All right. So he is the sixth black man to ever win the Oscar. Ever. All right. So there's many celebrities right now that's just trying to, I'm gonna say, attach themselves with his moment. Whether it's his ex, Lori Harvey, whether it's, Kim Kardashian shooting a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? So is he really handling this situation the right way? Meaning like he's, trying to comment on all the negativity, trying to shut it down, but she just, you know what? Let me just shine. Not even worry about that. What y'all think?
As he should, because for one, I'm gonna speak on it because Micheal B. Jordan is a phenomenal actor. A lot of people think that he came out, with the movie Chronicle, but if you remember the movie Hardball with Keanu Reeves back in the day, he was part of that. He was part of the crew. He was one of the little kids that kind of got in trouble and was hanging with the gang bangers. So he's been on the scene for a minute. So he started out at a young age. So it's not like he didn't start until his adult years. So he's been doing this for a long time. And when you can make a movie like Sinners and play two different roles and play your own twin brother, that right there by itself deserves a Grammy because a lot of people can't do that. You can't really it's hard to, try to be yourself in one character, but you got to be a whole nother character at the same time. So that takes a lot of talent and humbling wisdom in order to keep yourself grounded in order to do something like that. So I feel like the fact that he's able to do these movie roles and do an excellent job at it, there's going to be a lot of people coming at him because he was not too long ago considered a sex symbol. So the fact that people trying to align themselves with him because he's on top right now. See, a lot of people they like you when you on top, but when you ain't doing nothing, that's when ain't nobody around you, ain't nobody rooting for you, and they's like, yeah, another actor done fell off, but he's not falling off. He's gradually climbing. Every time he does a movie, he gets better and better at his craft. Now, coming from another actor, you know, I applaud that man because he's doing an excellent job. And the fact that people coming at him, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, I feel like he's handling it the right way, shutting it down because even though the one reporter who was interviewing him, she said she went to school with him back in the day. There was a meme going around on Facebook where, there was, kids sitting in class and he was like, I want to be an actor when I grow up. And she was like, yeah, you sound real corny. You ain't gonna be nothing. And he finally made it. Yeah, she's the person interviewing him when he got an Oscar. So
Uh-huh.
now, she trying to get all up in his face. And he was like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you remember when you told me I was corny? Yeah, kick rocks. So he did the right thing because you gotta remind these people sometimes. Like, yeah, you remember when you didn't support me and you talked all that junk about me and said I wasn't gonna never be nothing in life. That's just like teachers that if you was that type of student that clowned around and you was the class clown and the teacher's like, yeah, you ain't gonna never amount to nothing when you grow up. You ain't gonna be nothing when you grow up. And then when you finally make it and you run into that teacher that told you that, like, yeah, look at me now. You said I wasn't gonna make it. Said I was a clown. I played around and I didn't amount to nothing, but look at me now, making more money than you. I'm on top. I'm known. I'm internationally known. So yeah, I made something of myself because I took what you said and it fueled me. And I'm that same type of person that anybody always tell me I can't do something. I'm like, oh really? I'm about to show you what I can do. So you just turned on that switch. So whenever somebody tell you can't do something and you got that mentality, oh, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you what I'm gonna do. And that's exactly what Micheal B Jordan did. He's showing the world like, hey, if it's gotta take for me to play certain type of characters in order for me to elevate myself and get an Oscar, because that's the dream, that's every actor's dream, is to get an Oscar. And if he's the sixth person that has done it and he's up there with the Denzels and the Sidney Poitiers, that's no little thing. That's a big time accomplishment, and I applaud that man all the way.
So, hey, also Jamie Foxx too, man. And Ray.
Yeah,
Wait, all right.
I think
Trey, how you doing? You
if
want to
he
go
do
next?
Stevie Wonder too, what you think?
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, if he plays Stevie Wonder, he'll get another one.
I think he can. Yeah. 'Cause it's something about him to where like he can just really just tune in. A lot of people sleep on Jamie Foxx, man. Sings, acts, does a lot. Comedy. Gotcha. Where uh Trey, I don't see him. Hey Don, you want to go or you want me to go ahead and take it over? What you doing?
Yeah, go ahead and speak on it, James.
Okay, I got you. I got you. No problem. I'm gonna say the topic one more time. All right, so we're talking about Micheal B. Jordan. All right, he is the sixth black man ever to win an Oscar. Right, but right now, many celebrities are just trying to place their names in his moment. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's his ex, Harvey, talking all that stuff she's been talking, or whether it's, Kim Kardashian, just trying to shoot a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? It's many celebrities either with positive, there's a lot of negative stuff, just trying to just attach their name to his moment. Handling it well, shutting them down. My question is really this, you know what I'm saying? Should he really have to just engage with him at all? They just let this moment just shine and be good and shut him down. So first of all, I'm gonna say this. Of course, congratulations to him. All right. This is nothing easy that he's accomplished right now. This is amazing. And the Oscar is incredible. 1,000%. Okay. And I almost put it out there myself. You know what? I'm trying to be the seventh person to win that seventh Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it in the universe, speak it up. I gotta put that extra work in. We're gonna make it happen. I was like, oh wow, I say. All right. But anyways, man, yeah. So he's putting the work in, you know what I'm saying, through Sinners, Creed. He's been around a long time, like GT was saying, through Hardball. But I think once you reach a certain level, people are gonna talk about you no matter what. The more positivity that you're doing, he's keep elevating his craft, he's keep putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Even when he went to In and Out, after the Oscars eating a burger, people thought that was staged. Some people said, oh, you know what? That looks kind of fake, or kind of like he kind of put that on purpose. I'm like, look, let it be just a genuine moment. You know what I'm saying? They keep constantly talking and talking. Me, I would probably just not entertain all that. I'll just focus on just all these other contracts that they got coming in, all these scripts. I know they got millions of scripts coming in. I'm sure right now he's able to be like, you know what? I want this amount of money for any project I do. Whether it's 40 million, 60, whatever, they gonna pay 1,000%. But he wants some money on the back end. He can really be like, you know what? I'm good in how I can move now. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I understand what I've accomplished, understand where I'm going. His vision can be so clear, like, you know what? I'm not going to attach myself to this director. I'm still going to rock with Ryan Coogler because of what we've been accomplished. But of course, there's many other directors he can go with too. So I think he's at this certain level. As long as he has a solid foundation, he has his mom, he got a good circle around him, he's going to continue to shine. I got to definitely just salute this man, 1,000%. And of course, you know what? Hey, if you're listening, hey, we your next cash right here, man, okay? All right, I'm telling you, this is what you need. For another Oscar, holla at V.M.O. All right. But yeah, Trey, you got something to say?
Hey, go ahead and repeat the question one more again.
I got you, man. I got you. So we're talking about Micheal B Jordan. All right. He is the sixth black man ever to win an Oscar. Okay. But many celebrities, are just trying to place their names with his moment. Meaning like his ex, Lori Harvey, and all this other she's been talking about him, to people shooting their shot at him, like Kim Kardashian, you know what I'm saying? Or just it's a lot of negativity coming at him. Does he really need to be responding to everything? Or just let his moment shine? What you think, man?
Well, I think he let his moment shine or whatnot. But it goes back to that song Mike Jones say, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me.
All on me.
You understand? So, if you weren't trying to holler at that man when he was in his first episode doing what he was doing, don't holler at him now because he got a little Oscar. I guess that Oscar mean money. And then if you get money, hey, they thinking that you're going to get more money. If you got one Oscar, you can get another one. You feel what I'm saying? You got potential now, so I want to be with you now. You know what I mean? And then for you to try to attach your name to him, nah, you didn't attach your name beforehand. You understand what I'm saying? Like earlier, I don't know, GT had done Grizzle talking about when he was in school and everything or whatever, and how people was treating him and stuff like that. And now you want to interview him and all this kind of stuff. And then the teacher who was shunning against him or like he was a class clown or something. And then just talking down negative, oh, you ain't going to be this, ain't going to be that. Look at me now. So with that being said, if I was him, I wouldn't worry about the negativity. I just continue just striving and being the best man I can be and just taking it all in. The sixth black man to win the Oscar. You understand what I'm saying? The six, you know what I mean? That means a lot. You know what I mean? So, and then you get an Oscar, it takes a lot to get an Oscar. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot. I'm telling you, you feel what I'm saying? It's people that I looked at as actors that deserved the Oscar but didn't get one. So for him to have one, big ups to him. You feel what I'm saying? And if I was him, I wouldn't let it bother me. I answer some questions if it's in a positive nature, but anything that's coming at me negative, no comment. No comment. In my famous words, two fingers.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, man, I think man, the thing with the whole scenario with like everybody man, the thing about it is quite naturally, I think light attracts light, but light also attracts darkness. You know what I'm saying? Because the darkness would want to smother that light, to encompass it, to pull from the energy that that is. But when the light is grounded, and it's grounded in its purest form of knowing its existence, right? Then it can't be shaken or moved. So, but quite naturally, that's how to me the darkness gets exposed. You know what I'm saying? Is because those creepy crawlers, they do come out at night. You know what I'm saying? Those creepy crawlers they go slither, slime. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Michael. Hey, we should work. Hey, me and you. Hey, yeah, you know what I mean. But that's also part of the construct that we know as Hollywood, right? You got to think it's already an imaginary world that
Mm.
stories. Which, by the way, to give a shout out to Ryan Coogler with it, and like you say, Michael B. They real have put out some real great work. I think one of the first pieces of their work that I got to experience was Fruitvale. And to me, if anybody hasn't seen Fruitvale Station with Micheal B Jordan and if I'm not mistaken, Ryan Coogler was the director. I think that might have been the first project they worked together on. But in that project, tells a story, about a guy out there in San Francisco and the whole barter system, the trail ride system that they have, and him as a young father coming up trying to raise his daughter, love his girl, do this. You know what I mean, man? It's a very touching story because it's a true story based off of a young man out there that really lost his life. Um, you know what I'm saying? And for Michael to take on that role, and one, for them to make a movie to give, you know what I'm saying, somebody's loved one life on the big screen, and tell their story and represent that. It just always started off on the right foot with me because, um, especially at that time, the kind of movies that's being made, and even the kind of movies being made now. But I think that's probably been their key in what I was speaking about earlier, as far as being grounded and them having the identity of, the films and the material that they wanted to make. Whether back then it was a low budget, hey, new actor, new director, we're not going to give you a big budget, and
Mm-hmm.
according to time, those proving grounds of what they've showed the industry, that we can still make great art that's meaningful, that's tasteful, that'll stand the test of time. And of course, that's got to be respected. So all that to go into to say is again, I with the people that's trying to slide at him or whatever, this, that, and the third, um, I would like to believe that through his process of going from his earlier films and stuff like that, and like you said, put the work in. Like one of the classic lines, that's ever been said. You wasn't shooting with me when I was in the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, if you ain't been in there, because that's what a lot of people don't see about success. I think a lot of people don't see the long nights, you know what I'm saying, the real gripping moments that people go in, especially in Hollywood, especially like somebody like Micheal B Jordan that go in to putting that work in to being from an actor and getting a small role, to directing, the last Creed movie. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
then on to, what I'm saying, being the Black Panther, you know what I mean? Like, to go from there, I would think in a certain kind of sense, there has to be some type of groundness, just with all of the work that you've already put in. So salute to Micheal B Jordan, man. And I think, you know what I mean? Again, it just go to show, and that's what the world can learn from, is like y'all all said, when you get popping, when you get some energy around you, get some momentum going, there's always going to be people that's going to want to attach themselves or project onto you, their energy to try to slow your momentum. So You got to stay grounded. You got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in on who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. And, you know what I'm saying? Take it from there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I want to speak a little bit on Black Panther because I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but after Black Panther, Micheal B Jordan had to go to therapy because he kind of lost himself in that role so much. He had to really just kind of just hit the time and really come back. It's because of, being Killmonger, his mentality, how he had to be in that movie. It kind of stayed with him, he was saying. Being like, you know what, just how Black people, we are really just, I'm gonna say, affected so negatively, in society. From, slavery, from all the red line and different things like that. Just understanding, like, you know what, he was in such a position to make a change. He was trying to do it so aggressively in the film as Killmonger, I'm saying. So if you don't get, your mental right, like you were saying, stay locked in, stay humble, you can kind of lose yourself. So I want to applaud him for that. I think he's more of like a method actor. So like when you're in that role, you really become that person. Really understanding, like, you know what? Let me get some help to make sure that I'm good up here so I can be, the best person I can be. So I'm just saying that's just more work people don't know. But as an actor myself, I understand really diving deep, sometimes getting lost in the character. Can really be just, it really help mess you up. So just salute to him in that too. So man, I'm a Micheal B Jordan fan. Like when GT said hardball, I was about to say, strike one, what you are for us, strike two, right before your eyes. Without a doubt, I got you out. Oh yeah, man. But again, man, hey, let's keep it moving, man. Next topic. So with the government shutdown, all right. All right, with the government shutdown, which is still going on, all right, many TSA staff quit their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't getting paid. But they also were saying, you know what? Some ICE agents going to be at some major airlines just trying to help out with crowd control. All right? So, will this really help or hurt people? What y'all think?
I think it's going to hurt a lot of people. Because for one, I've seen some videos where some people that I knew actually went to the airport that had to catch a flight, and it was pandemonium, like long lines that was crazy, and like, they didn't have TSA kind of like really checking them. So this is going to be one of those things where if somebody wanted to do something crazy or whatever, get by with something, and it's a scanner, that's not going to be a good thing. So we need TSA to keep the crowd control down. And the fact that a lot of them are quitting, can you blame them? Because for one, if they're not getting paid, if you live in an apartment or you renting your house, the landlord ain't gonna care about no government shutdown. They want their money. Now you possibly about to lose your house because your job don't want to pay you. So yeah, go look for another job that's not a government job that's gonna pay. But the fact that ICE is coming in, that's going to have to be questionable because now we all done came to the conclusion that these ICE agents ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. A lot of them think they're above the law and can do more than what they're being paid to do. So it's been a lot of families that's already been deported that are American citizens, but just because they have a Latino background, I mean, I got Spanish heritage in my family. So if I had good wavy hair, well, not wavy hair, it's already wavy, but if I had like Spanish type hair, if I had that grain of hair and, I could talk with the accent, which I can, but if I was talking fluently with an accent, but I'm born and raised in the United States, are you going to try to deport me to a country I ain't never been to? Put me in a jail cell in another country when I was born and raised Greenville, South Carolina. These are my roots. This is my heritage. So just because I look different, that means, we already get profiled because we look different now. So if the ICE agents are at the airport and they see Spanish people or somebody of a Latino descent, so now you're trying to pull them out the line, put them in a room and question them and try to deport them or arrest them. And all they're trying to do is go to Chicago just to go back home. They came down here to visit. So now you're trying to deport them and they're just trying to get home.
Exactly.
They don't understand how they're ruining lives. They're really making the United States look bad because what we doing over here, we already judgmental on our own people. So now you just trying to deport people you trying to send us to a different country and you trying to overpopulate another country when we don't belong over there. So what is the purpose of ICE? I mean, are they really doing their job?
Facts. Okay. Okay. I want to go next.
Everybody speak at once.
Yeah, I see my.
Y'all shy?
Nah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Y'all know how it is for poor people like me. I'm poor, trying to find a way to make $1,
You
make
was
a
rich
15
last week.
cent out.
You was rich last week. You said you got a lot of money. Now you poor. You must have some gambling debts.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't got no gambling debts. The gas prices went up. But listen. Yeah, go ahead and repeat the question one more time.
I got you. All right. So we're still in the government shutdown. Right, that's still going on. So many TSA agents, they quit their jobs because hey, they wasn't getting paid. All right. So ICE. All right. So some ICE agents are going to be at many major airports. All right, coming up this week, just helping out with like crowd control. Right, because my question is this: Will this help? Will this help or hurt people?
It's gonna hurt people, of course. It's gonna hurt people. ISIS, Trump, everything hurting people right now with ISIS deporting the Hispanics and stuff like that, or whatever, illegals, whatever you want to call them. I think it's ridiculous. If a person's over here in the United States and they acting a fool, you know what? Kick their ass out of here. But if you got people from another country that came over here to work and make a better living for themselves, hey, listen, give them folks a chance. You feel what I'm saying? It should be something they can do in order for them to stay over here, especially people that's already over here. Now, if you got some people that try and get over here illegally right now and you want to put a stop to it, okay, go ahead and do your thing. But people that's been here all these years, what you doing? You hurting us. You ain't helping us. You hurting us. You understand what I'm saying? I wonder what they doing to who Hispanic that work at airports already.
Yeah.
You got quite a few. I seen plenty of them. No matter what they were doing. Luggage carry. I'm serious. When I go on cruises and stuff like that, that's what I seen, a lot of them. But I didn't think nothing. Well, look what's going on now. So what are you doing? You think you helping us by taking people out that's working in the United States, that's been working? They're working. They ain't out there selling drugs like you think they are. These people working. They in the fields. They on construction sites. They on farms. What are you doing? I tell you what, I don't care what you do at this point right now, but you better not kick everybody out and then try to put us back in slavery, because it's going to be a problem. I wish you had me out there on the field. No, sir, master. It's going to be on and popping. But to answer the question, we want to make everybody laugh a little bit, but to answer the question on a serious note, it hurting us, man. Anybody can see that it's hurting us, man. You got ISIS there, man, and then it's hurting people, man. That's not good, man. Taking people from their families and stuff like that. If a Hispanic person stay in New York, and then they got some people stay in Greenville, South Carolina, they come down and visit them or whatever. On the way here, it was cool. But on the way back home, now they got jobs in New York and everything. Now you want to pull to the side to see if they got their passport or their citizenship, whatever. That's a waste of time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let them go. Let's let it go. If they go through that detector and they ain't got no metal on them, no knives, no guns, no kind of stuff that's gonna hurt anybody, let them go, man. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, man. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. I don't know. That's crazy. They hurt us, man.
Yeah,
They
man.
hurt
Yeah.
us.
This is a trip, man. It really is. I'm gonna say the top one more time, and so what we're talking about right now, we're talking about the government shutdown. Right? It's something that's still going on. All right, many TSA staff, have quit their jobs because they ain't getting paid. All right, so upcoming week, ICE, is going to be at many major airports trying to help out with the crowd control. So they say. So my question is this: will this really help or hurt people? All right, and obviously, I believe it's going to hurt people because what are their real intentions as to being there? Like, hey, the other fellows were saying, I know for a fact they're gonna be calling out many people and saying, you know what? You look suspicious. Yeah, yeah, you right here. Yeah, you. That's your family? Yeah, y'all come on over here. Come on. Go to this room right here and wait. Okay, boom. Let's add some more people over there. Add some more people. Add some more people. I'm sure it's not just gonna be just Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Korean, Asian descent. You know what I'm saying? Many black people. Hey, you look Haitian. I don't know something about you. I don't know. Are you really from here? Oh, where's your papers at? Oh, I got my papers right here. Well, I don't know. This don't look legit to me. Oh, come on over here. Probably got stuff right now lined up to really interrogate people, harass people, really make sure, you know what? You have no power here, even though you are legal to be here. It's going to hurt so many people. And many people they aren't aware of what's going to happen. Like Trey was saying, hey, they can be from New York, coming down here to visit somebody. At first, everything was good. On your way back, oh, now you already waited in TSA in that line for 3 hours. Now you wait in this room for another 4 hours. You're irritable. You're upset. You have every right to be upset. You did nothing wrong. It's based off how you look. And I don't know if anybody noticed either, but many Senate Republicans keep blocking the bill to fund TSA agents. But they could get paid. They keep blocking the bill. But you know what? They keep saying, you know what? We want to add another extra 28 billion to ICE agents, to that agency, to that organization. And then they'll pass the bill, what they keep saying. The other Senate Republicans say, you know what? Why do we even need TSA? Let's move it to a more private security system. Just abolish TSA altogether. And that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. They are trying to destroy so many people's lives. But people are just, oh, everything's gonna be okay. No, it's not. We gotta wake up. We gotta understand that look, things are about to change. If we can't stay fighting, get people being aware, things gonna get worse. But my issue is this. I think the main reason ICE is like in the airports now is to make things so much more chaotic to where Trump can just be like, you know what? Look at all this stuff that's going on and just bulldoze over TSA and put it in the hands of ICE. That's how I think the plan is right now. Have them be there, create so much chaos, so much anger, get so many incidents happening that ICE just has to just take over and put TSA on the back burner. Saying, you know what? That's why they need extra funds. Look what's going on in the airports. But even though they're the ones that's causing the chaos, it's chess, it's not checkers. You gotta wake up. Hey Don, what you think, man?
Yeah, I think you gotta, and that's always according if you want to, but the choice is whomever's right to each one. But when you talk about waking up, I think one of the things that that when you probably start your process of waking up is when you look at the programming, right? You look at the codes, right? You look
Mm-hmm.
at how things, the systems, and how things are set up and how they run and how they've been running, and so that's your process of waking up is to see something not for what you want it to be, but for what it is, and only you can do that. You know what I mean? To each individual, only they can see what they want to see, and some don't see because they don't want to see, and some don't listen because they don't want to listen. You know what I mean? But that's part of the programming as well, because you know, you know, once you realize that it's a social experiment uh,
Mm-hmm.
on many different stages, on many different levels, in many different ways, and so, but there's many different rabbit holes that you can go down on a topic and a subject like this, because since we're playing the what if game, right? Let's play the what if game. So right now we know we're like you said, we're in a shutdown with TSA and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that, but we're also in a conflicted war as well. So
Sure.
so the what if game that we're playing, which there have been some reports that they have issued about Americans traveling and their safety and things like that abroad because of those forementioned things that I just said, right? So they issue out this warning about Americans traveling and things like that, which, anytime you travel, you should be aware of certain issues in certain regions and things of that nature. But nevertheless, the what if game is, right? So, with that being said, and you have, the ICE agents in there, trying to, I guess, whatever it is they'll be there to do, right? Um, you know, the question could be is, are they there, like you said, to create more chaos? Are they there to pick out certain ones that may be wanting to try to sneak in and retaliate? Again, it's all what if, right? It's all what if. And so that's what I'm just saying with that said, because anytime that it would seem like you would purposefully not fund an agency that would protect Americans from any kind of retaliation or harm, of having the proper people check people out and check luggage and check all these things that we would want to try to catch from harming anybody. Uh,
Right.
so that's just the question of the what if game. Why would you do that? Like, but that in turns, like back where we started, which is if you want to wake up and you want to see things for what they really are and not for what you want them to be, then you might understand that question, or you might follow that question and do more research on your own. But yeah, that's that's kind of my take.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a great take, man. It is. Gotta pray. Because like you said, what if game is real. It really is. But I mean, let's go to the next topic. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it back home a little bit. Let's bring it back to Greenville, South Carolina. All right, so man, hey, in Greenville, at Unity Park. Erin Ely, Erin Ely. She called the cops on a group of young black kids. She was lying, saying they was flashing guns. She didn't feel safe, and these kids were in the age range of like 12 to 16 years old. Right, the young black boys. They didn't do any of this stuff. They were just walking in the park. So, of course, she has now lost her job. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness. But my question is this, as black men, what I'm saying, this is our community. What can we do extra to really help our community to kind of navigate through these problems? What y'all?
Well, for one, it's kind of hard nowadays because this generation, the younger generation, ain't like how we was when we was growing up. It was, now these, and we call them YNs. So, now these kids, they can walk around in 80-degree weather wearing sweatshirts and hoodies. So if you're gonna make yourself look suspicious wearing a hoodie in 80-degree weather and you got your hood on your head, you look like you about to cause some trouble. But if those kids weren't dressed like that, then okay, that's a different story. But 9 times out of 10, these young black boys wear stuff like that. They look, like they could be up to no good. So a lot of times we're prejudgmental and we say, you know what, they look like they up to something, but most of us as black people, we already like, that's just how they dress. We see it every day because my son dressed like that. So I'm like, I don't think nothing of it, but I always tell him, just be careful how you dress and what surrounding you're in, because you don't want to draw the wrong kind of attention to yourself. So us as black fathers, we have to really talk to our kids and let them know, like, hey, it's okay. Like if the weather's cold or whatever, you wear something like that. But if it's hot, don't wear nothing that's gonna make you stand out and have these crooked police officers, because there are some good police officers. I got frat brothers that's police officers, but there's a lot of good cops and there's a lot of bad cops. Don't give those bad cops a reason to try to harass you or approach you for any reason. So nowadays, like older white women, they're afraid of us anyway. Even I could be dressed in a full 3-piece suit and they would still be terrified of me because I'm a black man. That's never gonna change. That's gonna always be an issue. But when you got these kids and you got white women that want to be Karens, they always want to call the cops on somebody if you're not in, if they don't recognize you, you're in their neighborhood or whatever the case may be. They just want to voice have their voices heard and be like, okay, I'm gonna call the cops on you because you look like you're a threat. But if we educate these kids, like, look, I know you want to go to the park, I know you want to hang out. Just pay attention to your surroundings and also look at how you're dressed, because you don't want to be flashy. You don't want to be out there with your pants hanging off your ass and have all kind of jewelry on looking like you might be a drug dealer, because now you're going to have somebody watching you and then they're going to start making assumptions. And here's where the problem comes in. So it ain't like how it was when we were kids. We could go anywhere and nobody bothered us. But nowadays, every time you turn on the news, there's something with these young kids, these YNs. They always doing something. They disrespectful. They don't respect their elders. So in a sense, I can say, can you really blame them? Even though she did what she did, but sometimes I be looking at these kids and I be looking like, okay, what they doing? What they got? They walking around with book bags on. They ain't in school. Like, what's in the book bag? If you bringing that kind of attention to yourself, then hey, you got to deal with the consequences that come with that. Now,
That's
if we take it back to how it was in like the 1950s, if you go back and look at some of these movies with how black people dressed in the 1950s, oh, black men and black boys wore suits everywhere they went. They were dressed up. You couldn't be looking crazy. Like if somebody like somebody from the 50s was to come back alive that was dead now, to see how these young kids are dressing, they be looking like, what's going on with y'all? Why y'all dress like that? We dress with respect. You know, we dress with dignity and taste. Like having your pants hanging off your ass, that's not classy. That's hood, that's ghetto, that's ratchet. So stuff like that, we gotta really teach our kids how to dress, and they gotta really know the storyline behind having your pants sagging. Because half of these kids think, oh, that's the cool style. That's what everybody doing. Don't nobody want to see your underwear, but I promise you, get locked up. Keep your pants sagging in jail and see what happens. If they know the story, the origins behind that, half of them probably wouldn't do it. But then again, some of these YNs don't care. But that's where it comes us as parents. We got to educate these kids. We got to show them the right way in order for them to not end up having police called on them, not having people assume the wrong thing about them.
So my wife, she just commented. She said they was part of an AAU basketball team. They probably just got back from practicing. They did have book bags on. They didn't have like guns. It wasn't flashing. It was just walking home through the park. It was like in the afternoon.
See, there you go. You had a Karen who saw some black kids who just wanted to be a Karen.
Yeah, yeah. Young white woman, man. Yeah. Trip. It was crazy. It's crazy. And
Now
I'm
she
gonna say,
she done scarred them kids for life because now they done had the cops approach them and they ain't do nothing. And so now she don't know the kind of damage that can cause to a young kid like you. Now imagine us at 15 years old, just finished playing basketball, and now we got the cops coming and hemming us up, and we just playing ball. That's gonna
exactly.
scar you for life. That's gonna make you terrified of the cops, like you ain't did nothing. So now you're gonna have a phobia, and you're gonna have that can cause mental problems. People don't understand the depths that can cause problems with kids.
Exactly. Exactly. It man, the mental man is so strong. It's so strong. And that's trauma that's gonna stay with them for the rest of their life.
Right.
And that's trauma that's gonna stay with them for the rest of their life. Is there a playback on me?
Yeah, you hit the playback button.
Who?
On myself.
And let the people hear it again that didn't hear it.
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
No, it was a
Who are you
playback.
talking about?
Nah, man, I'm talking about me. So I hit the playback button on myself. But nah, let me say the topic one more time, man. So,
Yes, sir.
here in Greenville, man, South Carolina, at Unity Park, right downtown, a white woman named Erin, Ely, Ely, she called the cops on a group of like young black kids, saying they was flashing guns and they're just looking real threatening and just making a scene. So she called the cops. Like I said, she has now, lost her job. But as black men, how can we really just, protect our communities? What more can we do? What you think?
Well, I heard GT talking or whatever about,
Well, that slow mobile slowing up on them again. For all of you who have T-Mobile, switch now.
I got you. I hear you. I hear you. So you say you can't hear me or something?
You froze up on us, dog. You froze up.
Oh man, I ain't freezing now. But anyway, basically what I was saying is that, like you were talking GT about as far as like the hoodies, the book bags and stuff, and now people like, yo, what are you doing? Help me understand what you got going on. It's 90 degrees out here, you got a hoodie on. What are you trying to do? What are you gonna do to me? You know what I mean? So, but my thing is right here, we need to have like some type of youth center, and we get some of the black men. I mean, when I say black men, I mean it's not a race thing. It's not. It's not a race thing. Men in general, no matter what your race is, we need to talk to the young people. Mm-hmm. All right, not just young blacks, young Hispanics, young whites. It don't matter, young Asians. It don't matter what it is. Anybody that's young, that's out here doing bad things, we need to talk to them and let them know which direction to go in. If we can find some people that's been in prison before, that's done changed their lives around, we can find some people that was recovered drug addicts, no matter if they black males, Spanish males, don't matter. As long as they're adults, they can talk to the youth and let them know what they're doing is not right and try to lead them in a different direction. I think that's what we need to do right now to try to help change the situation. Like I said, I don't know why they wearing hoodies and book bags, some kind of trend, but that trend can get you messed up really bad. Especially if somebody afraid for their life. You might not be doing anything. If people sitting there telling you like, hey, bro, what are you doing? It's 90 degrees. Oh, I got freedom of speech, or I can dress the way I want to dress and all that. What? But I'm scared of you. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? There's going to be a big problem. You understand what I'm saying? We're not trying to tell the YNs don't dress like this, don't do that. But come on, let's be for real. You know what's going to cause problems? You know it's going to cause problems. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, everybody who know me know my nickname. They know what it is. I ain't even got to say what it is. But guess what? But get this, though. I brought that upon myself. I did stupid things or whatever. I did that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to go through what I went through. You feel what I'm saying? So if somebody's sitting here trying to teach you the right way to go, I think you should take heed and listen to what they got to say, because it can save your life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm afraid about somebody going to get me, it's either me or you. Ooh-wee. That's all I can tell you. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if I'm walking and you walking up on me, I don't care what part we in. I don't care what we at. I'm just telling you. I'm serious. I mean, for real. I mean, it's 90 degrees. I mean, I can see if it's wintertime and you got a hoodie on, we good. You got a book bag on and you got a hoodie. And like, you know, some of the stores, you know, you can see what they say when you come in, they don't want you coming in with a hoodie or a book bag. And then the kids, they disregard and they looking like they can't read. And then when one of them Indians pull that thing out and pop you a couple times, they on the news. They the bad guy. But they sat there and told you. They sitting there running the place, but they got to feed their kids and stuff like that. They got to be afraid for their life because some young person walking there, whether they got a gun or not, they got rules and regulations. And if you violate, then you're going to get the consequences. That's just it.
That's true.
That's it. If you walking down the street and you know, and you in the hood and you got a hoodie on, come on, man. You know the police gonna pull you over. You know they gonna mess with you. Cause they got people that pay taxes. You feel what I'm saying? And they worried about their safety. They worried about their kids and children. Walk through Chanticleer like that with a hoodie on in the book bag and see what's gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna get messed up. I bet you're gonna get messed up before you get to Pleasant Valley. Get down, freeze, don't move. And then everybody gonna be like, oh, the police harassing them. What? Now, I will say this. I don't think police just should walk up on anybody and harass them and things like that. But if you've been warned and they done told you already not to do certain things and you do it anyway, then you know it is what it is, all I can say. And I mean that with my own. I talk to my daughters. I got 3 daughters. And my youngest is 15. And I talk to her all the time about stuff because I don't want her to be around certain people. You understand what I'm saying? And so, because you know, birds of a feather, they flock together. And I'm going to tell you something, eagles don't hang with chickens. That's just simple as that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you. That's just it. But like I said, to answer your question, man, I think us as black men, I think we need to talk to the YNs and let them know what's going on. And if they don't want to listen to us, at least we tried. That's all I can say about it. That's it. I mean, that's all I can say. That's all I mean, seriously, that's all I say about it. I don't know. I just say it like this right here. If you're a white man and you want to wear a hoodie in 90-degree weather with a book bag, stay in your front yard or stay in the neighborhood that you stay in, just right there. Please don't go public like that because they don't want to see you like that and they're going to try to get you. I don't want them to get you. I'm not trying to tell you which way to dress, but just know sometimes the way you carry yourself can get you categorized. That's just all. That's all I can say about it. I mean, if you disagree with me, no. That's just it. You already know. You know what I mean, James? You know you in the cul-de-sac. You all right? They ain't gonna say too much. But baby,
Hey, I'm with
walk
you.
down the road. You see all these people moving the mall. I mean, you see how these people moving the Greenville, man, and you know what I mean.
Yes.
You know what I mean.
Why?
Come on. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You moving towards downtown, you know there ain't too many hoods no more.
But it happened at Unity Park.
It ain't too many hoods no more, I'm telling you.
This happened
I know it happened at Unity Park, but think about it. It's Unity Park. I mean, what the woman did was horrible. That was terrible. Especially if she didn't really see that type of stuff. She need to be fried, dyed, and laid to the side like she was. That's all I can say about that. She deserved whatever she got. But what I'm saying to the guy in the black community, you feel what I'm saying? Come on, you know they judging us, bro. You know they're judging us, but that woman shouldn't have walked up on that man like that. I mean, she should have said whatever was said. She shouldn't have said that.
That ain't the only thing that went down in the park either. With all the women that got together, all the black women that got together just to go for like a run through the park or a jog.
Yeah, it's a woman's walk. Yeah,
they had an issue with that. So that's about to actually go. I saw his post or whatever. So I think somebody tried to. I don't know if they called the cops on them or what they did, or they tried to shut it down. Like, what is a bunch of older black women going? What kind of problem would they cause getting together to walk in the park or run in the park? Like, this is getting out of hand. Like, hey, you got the kids out there, they're getting the cops called on them. Now you got older black women, and you got a mix between older people was out there with their kids and their dogs, joining and running. Like, it was an event. And you getting the cops called on you to get it shut down? Like, come on, man. What we doing here? Like, this is Greenville.
Man, come on.
What we doing? Black people can't have nothing else.
You see them women, all them black women get together, I'd have been scared too. What y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm just kidding with you. They gonna go no, that's like they gonna gang somebody.
It's called Unity Park. Where's the unity? But where's the unity? This is Unity Park.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Listen. Them white folks thought they were gonna unite and whoop some ass. That's what that was. I'm trying to tell y'all, them black people. No, man. Black women. But black women got a bad name, boy. And they seen a lot of them together. They was scared as hell. I might have been scared too, boy. I ain't lying. But nah, all jokes aside, we just laugh and joking. But all jokes aside, I think that's crazy, man, that they doing it, man. But you know what's going on in this community right now, man. Come on, man. You know what's going on. You know what's happening, man. You see all these houses. You know, there ain't such thing as Fieldcrest no more, City Heights. You know, ain't none of that stuff. You see these houses off Green Avenue? Have you seen the houses off Green Avenue? Mm-hmm. They got a meet. Where my house was at on Olin Street, I bet you that house cost probably about $1 million or $2 million right off Gov't Street. So you know they're not playing no game. You downtown Greenville or in the surrounding area, and you African American, and you got 5 or more people, somebody gonna say something. It don't matter if they women or not. African Americans, oh my God, come on, man. I bet you somebody right now, downtown, and a group of white people in the courthouse. Well, I thought you said you're gonna get all the blacks out of here. They down there running in the park. It's about 50 black women. I don't know what to do. It's going down. And we're not gonna be able to do it. Next thing you know, it's gonna be a 1 million man march going on in Greenville. And it's 1 million of them too. In the old years in there. What's the old year? Old nigga. Hey, look, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you how it is, man. But like I said, I seen Derek post or whatever saying that he gonna go talk to them folk next week or whatever about you know, the black women that, you know, got together to walk in the park and y'all had something to say about it. I think we all need to get together, not just the women, but the men too. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
just go down there, man. It's kind of like what? Hey, you don't want us to walk in the park? I tell you what, you don't want us to do nothing to Greenville. We won't shop at your stores. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna go to the mall and buy no more stuff no more. You know, we'll order shit off TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Bump it. We ain't got to do. We can order our food online. We ain't got to buy nothing in Greenville. Let's see how Greenville likes that. Come on, man. You can't
shut everything down if we organize the boycott because of that.
We can. We can shut it down. Cause listen, if you don't want us at the park, we ain't going to the stores. We ain't going to your store.
Or your restaurant.
We ain't got to go to your store.
Or your
we
restaurant.
We got to go to your restaurant.
Yeah. It's a lot of
I
good
ain't gonna lie, man.
restaurants
I ain't gonna lie. I'm GP. I ain't gonna see you lie. I might cry. If I got to go home and cook every day, I can't go out to restaurants to eat. I'm being greedy. Yo. Be greedy to eat. Hey, listen. Hey, look. If we say we're not going to eat at these restaurants, you know how they be making them black faces and stuff. You know the white people got the black face. I'm gonna get me a white face and go get me something to eat. I ain't lying. But they gonna tell where my plate look. I'm black. I ain't lying. You got a lot of fried chicken, buddy. Hey, for real, but no.
Tell me like it unseasoned. You be all right.
Oh, hey, listen though. Hey, on the real tip though, man. Hey, seriously, man. Hey, Greenville need to get it together. Greenville really do need to get together, man. I don't understand what's going on. Is Knox White still the mayor or what?
That's a good question.
Is he the mayor or you don't know?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I have to look it up. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to call one of my friends up, man, to see if I can get this number. I can call and talk to him personally. Like, listen, man, you need to get together, get your people together, man. Y'all don't need to be that afraid, man. The park say unity. It say unity. Unity. Come on now, but y'all know something though. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. And y'all already know. If y'all see a bunch of white people together in a group, y'all ain't gonna be scared.
I mean, honestly, I ain't really gonna pay attention.
You ain't gonna pay no attention?
Nah, because where I live at, it's a lot of like bikes. People riding the bike stuff all around here.
James, I know, but you don't even get it, man. I already know, man. I'm talking about when they bring them sheets out on you, no crosses. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm be terrified. What you talking about? The sheets in the hood. What you mean?
But listen though, man. I mean, you know, this V.M.O. I want to let everybody know this V.M.O. You know, we come over here. We have some serious topics or whatever, but we just having a little few jokes here and there, whatever. But these are some serious situations. I want to add that in there and whatnot. You know, I'm a comedian, so you know, I make little jokes out of stuff like that or whatever. I'm far from racist, but I will say this: we really do need to look out for each other. You know what I mean? So I don't want to make this a race thing because it's not a race thing or whatnot. But right now it's pointed at the black community because it's black people that's going through the stuff in our community. And so I think it needs to be addressed. Simple as that. Like I said, all jokes aside, I think it really needs to be addressed because we shouldn't be treated this way. This is our city. And now us getting together as African Americans getting together and we all getting along with each other, that is a positive move. Understand that. You know what I mean? You didn't see nobody cussing nobody out. You didn't see nobody getting in any fights. You got some people that was being a community. They was getting together, running, whatever, walking, or whatever that was that they were doing. That was a positive thing they were doing. And for you to interrupt it and just assume that they're gonna do something dangerous, that's crazy. And then as far as the young guys or whatever they call the YNs, I'm not gonna call them YNs. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, they shouldn't even put themselves in that category. You understand what I'm saying? All the stuff that done happened to us throughout the years and stuff like that, we need to come together. We got a war going on right now. Everybody don't need to be against each other. We need to do what that park say, unity. Period. That's all I got to say about that one.
Like that. All right, so I'm gonna say the topic one more time. So you're in Greenville, South Carolina. all right, at Unity Park, right downtown. A white woman named Erin Ely, Ely, called the cops on a group of young black kids saying they were flashing guns, looking threatening, and just really just trying to make a scene. Like she was really fearing for her life over the phone for the most part. All right, so she has now, of course, lost her job. But as black men, we all live in this community. What can we do to really help, like protect the community, protect, and help guide young people. So I really like that idea of, this. My wife has said this multiple times about, having a community center. You know what I'm saying? Just coming together, putting our money together, and really buying a nice community center to where all the young people can really go, really interact and be safe. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, learning a trade, like becoming a barber, welder, or just learning a new skill. It can be coding, you know what I mean? Or just playing an instrument, playing basketball, playing sports. There's so many things that can really keep people's just time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's about their time. You know what? If it's a great community center that's free, that maybe plays music, having dances or whatever, they're gonna want to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a benefit to be there. But we can invite, people from colleges to come there, kind of show out, let them know, like, you know what, we care about you. We want to help guide you in the right direction. Like Trey was saying, hey, he want to get people, ex-cons or whatever, to come and talk to people. But if they don't listen, that's on them. At least we're trying to do something to reach something. And I think that's the key. We got to try something. And yeah, like they said, hey, also, there was women, who got together trying to walk at Unity Park. And that event got shut down. So I'm happy to stand with them going down to City Hall. Make sure you know what, look, as men, we also support y'all doing y'all thing as well. We all trying to come together. We all trying to live. Don't nobody want to be harassed. Like you said, hey, we're already dealing with a war that we shouldn't have anything to do with anyway. We're already dealing with so much stuff. Gas prices going high as hell. Something like $3.79. This keeps going up every week. Last week it was $3.41 for gas. This is crazy as hell. It's getting high. My issue is this. Like they were saying, yes, the way you dress is going to cause negative attention, 1,000%. But I can't force you to change the way you dress. But I do want to help you. Like, you know what? If the cops do get called on you, this is what you say in that moment. You don't get irritated. You don't get, oh, I don't have a name. Oh, where you live at? I live down the street. You understand exactly how to talk to a cop because they're going to try to get you agitated. That's their job. They're going to try to get some more information out of you, even if you're not doing anything wrong. Just because you are black. I've had many times to where cops pull me over from a traffic stop or whatever. They literally say the dumbest shit that just makes me just almost like lose my shit. They're like, oh, so where are you going this evening? I mean, I'm just going home. You know what I'm saying? I just got off of work. Okay, so where do you live at again? You live off Lawrence Road, right? No, I mean, here's my ID. So here's my ID, here's my license. It's right there. That's where I live at. Oh, okay. So why did you turn on Butler? Why you went all the way around here, going down Pleasantburg? I mean, like I said, I'm just going home. It's been a long day. You got to talk calmly to them. You can't show a reaction. It's the way you talk to cops. I don't care who you are. If you're light skinned, dark skinned, or whatever, I don't give a damn. It's the way you talk to cops. And if you're constantly feel like you are always harassed, you're going to want to retaliate. You're going to want to look aggressive. You're going to want to get mad. That's not the way to handle the situation. So if you want to have a hoodie on, you know what I'm saying? If you want to look threatening, unfortunately, that's how you look. Like they said, I'm not going to change the way you look. That's not my place. But if you listen, I'm trying to help you to survive. 1,000%. Because as a parent, I would hate to have to bury my child. And I don't want no other parent to bury their child if I can prevent it. So I'd be more than happy to come together and speak to the youth. I'd be more than happy to stand with other Black people in our community. Let us find a way to fix this issue, or at least try. I'm just saying, let's try.
We'd put a hoodie on.
I see that, yeah.
Pause.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, OG. Hey, OG. Hey, look, man. Both you talking about OG, man. Listen. Hey, look, we ain't worrying about no police. They're young time about. Oh, God, son. Oh, God. Be worried. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen, man. Nah, man. Listen, man. Hey, listen, man. Quit capping on here, bro. For real, man. I'm gonna wear my hood. I know it's 90 degrees. I don't care, man, because I'm hot, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call me by in, my baby. But my name Hot Pocket, baby. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on fire shit. You understand? I'm just saying. Hey, look, what's funny is this. Hey, I can't leave you alone, bro. I can't talk, yeah. I can't be doing this today. I can't be doing all that. I know I'm old school, but it is what it is. But this crazy though. Look, I'm looking at myself on here. I look crazy, man. I'm about to do something though. I ain't doing nothing though. I'm just chilling. You feel me?
Yeah.
You capping, twin.
Ah.
You capping, twin.
Nah, no cap, dog. For real. Hey, bro. Nah, bro, for real. Ain't nothing like that, bro. Ain't nothing like that, man. What you talking about, man? Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, you got them laughing.
Come on, man. What you talking about, man? Let's keep it real, OG. You know how it is, man. The police ain't gonna mess with me. You understand what I'm saying? Got my pants hanging down. I ain't worrying about that. I ain't giving no good. Shoot, I know what it mean. This swag, man. You know what I'm saying?
We had a 1045. We have an adult male with a hoodie on, and I think he's on cocaine right now. We're gonna have to. I need some backup.
Hey, come on, man. You know what I mean? What? You feel me? Hey, man. I can't even see. Lord have mercy. Hey, boy, I'm done, man.
But you know what? Man. Speaking on the topic, though, I know we need to let Don Grizzle get his chance to talk. But being a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, this is like one of the things that we talk about too: mentorship. So I'm gonna have to get with some of my frat brothers, and we're gonna have to come up with something to where we can actually start doing more mentorship around Greenville. Because that's something that I want to be a part of. Because growing up, I grew up in a good household, mother, father household, but I also had my grandmother raised me that was a pastor. So I had a good upbringing. But a lot of these kids today don't have that. They in single parent homes. Father may be locked up. Father may be absent. So, I applaud the mothers that raise their sons, but, mother can't teach you how to be a man. So that's where we have to step up for the youth. And I really feel like, I want to be a part of that. If I die, I want, my tombstone to say he was a pillar to the community. He mentored young kids. I want to be that person to, make a difference in somebody's child's life. So, because, I raised my son good, I ain't got to worry about him. He's grown now, but, he's still at that age where he's still trying to figure things out. So, you can only do so much, but as long as you're there and you're present and you can help motivate them and teach them the right way, that's really where I want to go with this. So if I got to get with, you know, Omega Psi Phi, and we can all get together and do something, y'all could be a part of that as well. So VMO can be with Omega Psi Phi. We can make this thing happen because we really need mentorship. That's the biggest thing we need in Greenville, South Carolina is mentorship to these young kids.
I bet, man. Definitely, man. Talk to them. Let us know. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that's real. We did all the way. Judge
All right.
Grizzle.
Yeah.
What you got to say on the topic, man?
It's your go, baby.
Yeah. Spit that topic to him one time for the mind, Jane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So we're talking about here in Greenville, South Carolina. All right. So at Unity Park, a white woman named Erin Ely, Ely, she called the cops on a group of young black kids. Saying that they were flashing guns, looking very threatening. So she called the cops on them. All right. She has now lost her job. But as black men living in this community, all right, how can we really protect our community, really protect our youth? What you think, man?
Well, I think it's of course it's multiple layers to this kind of topic and conversation. And so to try to navigate what I think on it, voice of my opinion, VMO Radio, live and direct.
Mm.
The first part of the question of, what can we do as black men or as a community, brothers and sisters, to try to protect this. Here's a hot take. You first must start with understanding and teaching the youth or teaching the kids that your very existence, the construct, has created for your very existence to be feared, to be hunted.
Mm.
Again, you can see it for what you want it to be, or you can see it for the reality that it is. And just by your very existence, the nature of your inception and coming into this world, it was created in that way. Now, in my opinion, these are one of the things that make us a very special people that I don't think the earth really would be in the state that it's in without us even being here. Because there's a lot of things that we hold together just by our very presence and existence and history. But now getting back to that part, so what can we do? I think it's with that, is giving the kids and the community the understanding that your very existence is that, right? And knowing that. So when you walk out into this world, you know what I'm saying? It should not catch you off guard. It should not be something that, oh, wait a minute, why are they doing this to me? Because if you're given the proper tools of instruction, of understanding, you know what I'm saying, how this world views you without you saying one thing, you know what I'm saying, or doing anything, right? And so that's the first part. Now the second part, which may to some be a hot take, but if you dig deeper, you probably will hopefully catch the meaning and the understanding, which is you can't defend stereotypes that have been created, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to, a lot of what you guys are saying and everything like that. And I'm gonna tell a story, especially about Unity Park and Greenville Park. I'm gonna get to that. But before I do, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the, even in jest or whatever, stereotypes, y'all were kind of discussing and saying, YNs and this and that and the third. Again, that's the projections that we have accepted. You know what I'm saying? To fear or to, hey, don't do this or don't wear that or don't act like this or don't go over there or don't do this or do that. That's what I'm saying. they have given us stuff that we've accepted and taken on and that we carry. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like a self-hate thing. You see what I'm saying? Because quite naturally, yes, we have been in different neighborhoods and different places and different spaces. And, you know, like you say, we check our surroundings. We know what it looked like, you know, whether I'm here, whether I'm out of town, like I was speaking on earlier. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that's going on in Greenville, South Carolina is going on in Atlanta. It's going on in Milwaukee. It's going on, you know, in Chicago. It's going on in Texas. It's going on in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, but with that said, like that understanding, you know what I mean? Again, that this is the constitute of having this melanin. This is what comes with it. Now, the part what I was saying about the projections and the stereotypes, you can't defense what somebody has a fear of. I don't care. You can take this off of it and say if somebody has a fear of spiders, no matter what you tell them, because it's programmed in their mind that a spider is going to hurt them. Whether they see a little one, whether they see a big one, whether it's got a hoodie on, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, just walking through the park, you know, and quote unquote Unity Park of all places.
Right.
But let's dig deeper into the history of Unity Park, right? And understanding if you've ever been to Unity Park and if you walked around and you've read, you know what I'm saying, a lot of African American people that have blood, sweat equity and that area and the things that they have did culturally, you know what I'm saying, as far as community and us having a voice and us having, you know what I'm saying, you know, role models or people or stand-ins or sit-ins, you know what I'm saying, that moved and pushed the civil rights movement, you know, not only around the world, but here in Greenville, South Carolina alone. So to me, when every time I go out to that park and I do it, and I've been probably over 3-4 years now, I've been going out to that park. And one of the things, and that's why I'm glad we're talking about it, but one of the things that I did notice is like, yo, this is on my own thing. Again, sometimes you got to unlearn stuff, man, that's been programmed into you to think that you're just supposed to go along with what everybody's saying, what everybody do. But that's only if you got a mind to think for yourself, right? So I'm out there and I'm enjoying the park, and man, it's a beautiful day. You know, kids playing, people playing volleyball. You know what I'm saying? People riding their bikes on the trail, like people just walking around, people just sitting, just enjoying the atmosphere. And that's what I realized because, yeah, for a time or two, you know what I'm saying? I might slip out and step out at night, go downtown, go wherever I go, whatever, at night. But realizing there's a different type of energy in that environment because it's a public park, it's a public space, but it's in the daylight. And that's one of the things that I think that we can look at because we celebrate, and I'm not trying to bash clubs or bash going out, but I'm trying to explain the difference so I can get to my story and a whole thing about the park, which is we have a culture that of course glorifies and perpetuates, you know, the bottles and the popping the bottles and the this and the that and all of that, and you know what I'm saying, Magic City and all of this and all of that, whatever, right? But why don't we invest more into something that we have been denied for so long, especially in this city, right? Because like I've told a story before, like I remember taking a ride out with my mom. I was taking out to lunch to go to Asheville, just right up there because it's a place I wanted to see and eat. And we riding up through Travelers Rest, and she was explaining to me that that's the park back in her day that Black people had to go to outside of the city because all of the parks in the city were whites only. So they had to go on the outskirts of the city. So getting back to the thing, while I was there, I'm thinking about all of this and I'm thinking like, yeah, I have every right to be here. You know what I'm saying? I have every right to enjoy all of this. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate it not only because of what the people that walked before me gave and sacrificed for me to actually be in this moment, right? And the fact that it's called Unity Park and things of that nature. But getting back to the stereotypes that we do on ourselves, that I feel like they've given it to us, and I'm gonna break down the lady part and all of that back to the fear. But so I was down just probably about 2 weeks ago, and I was down there, man. It's actually one of my partners, man. He was DJing a little set at the brewing company, and he was spinning a little bit. So I wanted to get down there and support him and check him out and everything. And it was a cool vibe, man. It was great vibes. And I thought I had missed him because there was another guy doing on the set. So I stepped around the side of the building just to try to call or check in, and where another partner hit me. But it was a black dude that came out of the kitchen of the brewing company, and he was like, "Yo, this I'm telling you, this is a true story now. Mind you, I'm minding my business. I'm not doing anything to anybody. I'm out the way, because I position myself at certain places that if you're going to approach me, you got to come out of your way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm observing, I'm watching everything, I'm being careful of my surroundings. So to kind of cross paths to get in my film, you're going to have to say, man, let me walk all the way over here just to say something to him. That, to me, which is always going to make it obvious, but there's always teachable moments, and life is a social experience to be lived and learned. So, but this dude comes back, and he like, man, I ain't never seen this. I'm like, kind of, because I didn't know if like, you talking to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know you, but I don't even know what you're talking about. Nah, I'm just saying, look, you look like, you know what I'm saying? You look like, I said, nah, I don't understand. What you mean I look like? Now, I got on some khaki cargo shorts, some nice tennis shoes, you know what I'm saying? A nice polo shirt. I'm chilling. My New York hat on, chilling. Like, just very, I think very just casual for the day. And he was like, nah, man, you just look like one of them hood dudes. You a hood dude? Said, what you mean, bro? Like, I don't get it. Like, where is going? It's like, oh, nah, man, I'm just saying, man, I don't really see, your type of people like this down here. And I said, wait a minute. He's like, yeah. And I was like, but down here? Yeah. But I was like, so what does that mean? It's saying that I can't be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you saying? And he was like, nah, I don't never really see, dudes like you out here. And I said, well, man, you should get used to it, because I always been coming down here and I ain't never seen you out here, but that's all good. But I was like, if you know anything about the history, and if you've walked around this park and seen some of the memorials that they have for the African-American people, that, you know what I'm saying, it's the gap, you know what I'm saying, the forefathers of this thing and what this part. Yeah, no, my daddy told me about this part. I just don't see black people like that down here. And I said, well, you should get real familiar, and we should. But that goes back to my thing and the interaction with him is we glorify the clubs and this and going and doing that, but we don't glorify, you know what I'm saying, enjoying at the park. But then when we do, that presence automatically get felt, because it's like, whoa, wait, whoa, what? Hold on. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all, wait a minute, who told y'all about this park? You know what I'm saying? That fear gets triggered. You know what I'm saying? It gets triggered, but that's somebody else's projection. So how do you defense that? You can't defense something that somebody else already has. But what I feel like you can do is you do more things like you talking about, mentorship, getting together, just throwing a cookout or whatever, and letting it know that we pay taxes and we deserve to be here. And if you feel a certain way by our existence, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. Because I don't think anybody, whether you're talking about race, whether you're talking about whatever you're talking about, nobody should dim their light to make somebody else feel comfortable. Period. No, you always got to stand and be who you are and be comfortable with who you are. But that goes back with setting some foundational principles from whoever who raised you, of you knowing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you can follow the trend. You can get moved by this movement or that movement that can set your life down a path, this, that, and the third. You understand me? So, that's just my take on it as far as it go, or what we can do, or talking about the whole situation, because it's multi-layered. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody that don't know me is gonna feel a certain way about me because of my skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had it happen too many times, and it did used to throw me like, yo, whoa, wait a minute, what? But then I realized that's their projection. That's them perceiving of who they think I am based on stuff they've been programmed with or learned or had an experience with that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And to me, those young men that was walking and that had them happen to them, this is what I would be speaking them down to, and them you did nothing wrong. Your presence is going to feel like that. But you have to know within inside of yourself the royalty and the special identity that you carry and you hold, right? And the responsibility that what comes with that, right? Because heavy is the head that wears the crown. And if you present yourself as a king, there's going to be many that want to take the king down, going to want to take the queen down. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if standing, he or she is standing and they're right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Lineage and who they are, it's going to feel like a threat. Because you've been trying to hide and discredit the history for so long. And you still want to keep perpetuating it, they knowing good and well what the truth is. That is the most part of all of it is you want to try to say that you fear me based off the fear that you've given yourself because you have what you have done to me, what you have done to us.
Yeah.
Have not ever once tried to acknowledge it. You want to push that under the rug, but at the same time, so in a real way, you know what I mean? It's really should be the opposite. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the way it go. Because our heart don't pump no Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? We should be looking at y'all crazy. Or what because we don't have a history. But that's what I'm saying. You try to revert it back to us and make us fear of ourselves because you scared when you created the whole thing to begin with. That's insanity. And then we take it as a people, like that brother speaking to me. He could have formed it a different way. Hey, brother, it's good to see you down here. I don't see a lot of, people that look like you down here. I'm glad you down here to enjoy yourself. But no, the stereotype spoke to that brother to try to speak to me as if I'm supposed to feel a certain way. And most people would. But see, that's how it flash. Because I could have took it like, yo, bro, who you think you talking to? Like, to characterize me and stereotype me when you the same color and you supposed to be a brother and you trying to talk to me as a brother, but you coming at me, thinking that I'm a hood dude when you know nothing about me. But that's the same thing they do. So that's what I'm saying. That's almost like a sleeper cell. Not only are we going to do it, you know what I'm saying, and project it onto you, but we're going to have your own people project onto you and hate you just as much as because they fearful because the way you look like with a hoodie or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we got to do. We got to engage each other, have conversations like this where we can talk it out and talk about it and see what people's feelings and emotions are, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, man, just let them little young jokers get in trouble or do whatever. Like, at some point, we got to bridge the gap and open up the communication in our communities of speaking with each other and trying to love on each other and trying to be there for each other. Because it's 2026. When do we turn the page? When do we turn the page to do that? What happened? You know what I'm saying? That's what we should be trying to be motivated and do. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And just like the women that was walking, like, I think they had to move it to another part. But there again, you see what I'm saying? That presence is felt when we numbers. So that should tell us. It's more of a teachable moment to tell us when we do come together, why people get so scared. What are you like? Oh, God, hey, dang it. There's 3 of them. What?
Be terrified.
But that's telling you about that's telling you how somebody really views you. But do you really view yourself that way? Do you really feel your power? Not only your power within communities and what you do, but your economic power. You know what I'm saying? What you bring to the table as far as entertainment, sports, like all of it. That's what I'm saying. There's no way this would be the same world if we were not here. And that's the reason, and every bit of the reason why we should move in a way, know why we here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dig that. Spillage, man. Spillage for the village.
What's up, man?
I tell y'all what. As y'all can see, my eyes getting heavy. I'm about to lay it down.
Couldn't put that pillow, we wouldn't be able to.
I'm done with y'all. But I'll see y'all.
All right, man.
All right, man. Yeah, we about to end it, man. Oh, man. But again, hey, man, this was a great episode, man, tonight. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in, man. All the comments, the likes, sharing out the live. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, man, connect with us on V.M.O Radio, on YouTube, on Spotify. You know what I'm saying, man? We all over the place. All right, we're gonna be back here again, man, Sunday night. Again, fellas, you got anything last to say? You know what I'm saying? We'll close it out.
And for all of our viewers, if y'all know anybody who is looking for a podcast crew to get on some kind of platform, let us know, or talk to them and let them know about us, because we're trying to take this thing to a whole nother level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, we're gonna get that Oscar one day.
I got some sponsors, and y'all know some sponsors, or if you want to be a sponsor, let us know. Reach out to James. Let us know that, hey, I want to be a sponsor. I want to sponsor you guys, or I know somebody that can sponsor you guys, because, you know, we trying to take this thing to a different platform. We don't want to just be in Greenville. We want to be all over the place. We like to travel. So if you got somebody, hey, I got a studio in Charlotte, or I got a studio in Chicago, we want y'all to come do a podcast. Hey, we'll travel.
We will. Yes, we will.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, man, my last commentary on it, man. Man, today's mathematics, right? This is gonna be kind of double entendre, so you might want to write it down. You might want to play it back when you hear it, because it's something that's gonna touch your spirit. But today's mathematics, man. You know, something I realize is that, you know, by you being in position to change somebody else's life, you change your life. And the reason why that is, like I was saying, mathematics, hopefully you catch it, but it's simple math. You add to your life by adding. Being an addition to somebody else's life is always going to be an addition to your life. So if you can think on that, you know what I'm saying? Let that sizzle in your spirit, and just know that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you want to add to your life, be an addition to somebody else's life. It'll always come back to you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why he is the philosopher, because he be dropping them nuggets on you.
And you do know that. It's spillage for the village, VMO Radio. We're here all day, every day, and especially on Sunday. Church, tabernacle.
Just like that.
Tabernacle. Church. Preach, man. Preach.
You got to get big like James, because he already got the whole city behind him.
That's it.